Seeds of Happiness. And today's story is chapter 2, story number 3, page 35. You can do hundreds of push-ups a day, but if you don't study, it won't help your grades. What is it that actually determines whether we will be happy or unhappy? Shakyamuni Buddha teaches that it is the law of cause and effect that determines our destiny. A good cause produces a good effect. A bad cause produces a bad effect. We create the cause and we experience the effect. The cause or seed here means our actions. Thus, good actions produce the effect of happiness, while bad actions produce the effect of unhappiness. Just as radish seeds produce radishes and watermelon seeds produce watermelons, so good actions produce good results and bad actions produce bad results. The effects correspond to the causes or seeds, actions. For example, if you make an effort to maintain a kindly expression on your face and in your gaze, the people you come in contact with will think, "What a pleasant person she seems to be," or "How kind he looks," and have very positive attitudes toward you. Your action of showing regard for those around you will produce the effect of people having positive attitudes toward you. If, on the other hand, you wear a grumpy expression, no one will want to approach you. This, too, is a case of your own actions simply coming back to you. If you want to be healthy, you have to plant the seeds of health. Otherwise, you cannot gain the effect of health. No matter how many tens of books on health sciences you read, if you continue with an irregular, unhealthy diet, you cannot become healthy. If you want to do well on a test, you have to study. If you don't study and spend all your time doing hundreds of push-ups and sit-ups every day, it will not lead to an improvement in your grades. We can only gain results that correspond with our actions. The third thing that Shakyamuni said above, we create the cause and we experience the effect, means that we must reap what we have sown. He is telling us that just as our grades will rise if we study hard, so the things we have done will all come back to us. To sum up, happiness is created by good actions. A good cause produces a good effect. Unhappiness is created by bad actions. A bad cause produces a bad effect. One's personal destiny springs entirely from the seeds that one has planted. We create the cause and we experience the effect. If you throw a ball gently against the wall, it will return to you gently. If, on the contrary, you throw the ball against the wall as hard as you can, it will spring back to you with great force. The force of the ball that comes flying back at you is nothing more than the force with which you threw it, now returning to you. So if you want the ball to return gently, you had better throw it gently in the first place. Okay, so this was a very self-explanatory story here, that we cannot receive something like from thin air. We have to create the cause for the effects we desire. And you can see the cartoon here also. There is a little pig who looks kind of furious and fuming with anger. And then that Mr. Boo is an unpleasant guy. Yeah, so the effect is that people are going to have a bad impression of him. But, sometimes when we are frowning or we are grumpy and we look angry, we don't recognize it ourselves necessarily, unless we start walking the spiritual journey and gain self-awareness. So, because we don't see ourselves, our eyes are designed to look outwardly. We only see what's happening outside, first and foremost. So, because we are not paying attention to the kind of facial expression we have, or what kind of seeds we are planting every day with the mind or speech or the body, so as a result, we just become puzzled why everyone thinks I'm an unpleasant person. But as we walk this spiritual journey and follow the teachings, we begin to see there is a relationship between the cause and effect. We see the patterns basically. There are many similar patterns. And then we can become proactive in improving our effects if we see the pattern. So people who don't see the pattern, they think everything is randomly occurring. They don't make the efforts to improve the cause. But as you see in the illustration on the right side, there is the little rabbit here who is beaming with joy, with confidence, with cheerfulness, and peace of mind. You know, that energy, the vibe around her, that becomes her cause. And then the big bear or the other, you know, creatures, they're like, wow, we really like Miss Bunny. That becomes the effect. So it's the force of the ball we are throwing at people that's coming back at us. Once we understand that more deeply, then naturally we become empowered to create and shape our future. If we don't see these patterns of cause and effect, then we constantly give our power away, we blame other people, and then we suffer even more. Yeah, so that was today's story. Let us walk this spiritual journey together, and so that by listening to the law of cause and effect, we become more and more aware of the patterns in our lives and choose good causes more and more proactively. Just like we are here today. Good job, everyone, for making the time to pay attention to our mental health and spiritual growth. And today is Friday, so we will have Purpose and Meaning Lab. I will host it, and have a beautiful end of your week. Goodbye.